And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to From Toys to Trains. I'm Maya. Well, today I thought I'd give everybody an update how the N scale train is coming along, show you some of the product that I'm using, and I'll at the end of the video I'll kind of walk around the table here or what I have set up so far to kind of show you uh, where I am and how this is all going to play out. But to begin with, I'm using the track that I'm using for this is Atlas. I'm using the N scale Code 80 11-inch radius section for the turns. And for the straightaways, I'm using the Code 80 5-inch straightaway track. Um, as I have this laid out, like I say, right now I don't have it tacked down yet. And there's a couple reasons for that. First of all, I want to make sure that everything is going to line up on the table the way I want it to go. But then once I know everything is lined up and everything is working properly, what I got to do then is I'm going to have a couple signal lights on the board here. I'm going to have one here coming off of the main way. I'm going to have one back here and one here for the main track and the secondary track. And then I'm going to probably have one like right about here, which is the inside track here is the main line for my Amtrak or Metra. You'll also see that it does come back around through here on a third track. The secondary track in the back, this one here, is probably just going to be like a jet off or whatever, just in case I want to bring the Amtrak back around over here to my industrial end. Other than that, the Amtrak will be running on this inside line, and then it will join back up on the back side there on the right-hand turn. So, like I say, I've got a little more to build yet. I got to bring the track around this way and then curve it in so it matches up with that one. On the end over here, I am going to have my residential like area, my homes, school roadway, the track crossing, and all that. And I'll show you as we get the buildings and stuff like that. I'll show you how to do all that. Plus, I'll also show how we do the wiring for the signal lights, the crossing lights, and any other kind of lighting like that. On the other end over here, as I've mentioned before, this is going to be my industrial area. So what I'm going to do is this track is going to come around, and this switch track here, I'm going to get like a curve turnout or curve turnout or curve switch, probably one or two that I can bring the tracks back around to like a factory setting or to a train yard. Then this inside track here will join up with the main line back here. And like I say, I'll walk around and show you this a little more up close and detailed. Once I do have the track secured onto the table, we will fill it all in with ballast filling, to make it look more realistic. We'll attach it with some tiny little brads. As far as the switches, I can motorize the switches and make them to where I can just press the button and they'll switch. But for a smaller layout like this, I'm kind of happy with is just being able to just flick them like this back and forth as I need to do. As far as as far as the trains that we're gonna run on here, I am definitely gonna thinking about running maybe Amtrak and Metra on the inside line. That might be where that secondary track in the back here will come into play. I might have like Metra sitting there or Amtrak sitting there and let the other one run and then kind of like switch them off or whatever, bring one out and pull one back in. As far as my outside line here, the main line in the yard, I'm going to have all kinds of ones in there. I'm looking to get Chessie System, Norfolk Southern, UP, maybe Canadian National, Canadian Pacific, all that kind of ones. And to have all the different engines all lined up over there in the yard. couple box cars on the the straightaways here, so they can pick them up and run around the yard. At least once a week, if I get this all set up and I record this and everything, at least once a week I'll run a different configuration of trains on the board. Like I say, 1 week on the inside line I might run Amtrak. The next week I'll probably run Metra. Who knows? I mean, there's all other ones too that I could run. Like UP, I know has the fancy cars. Norfolk Southern has fancy cars. Anything like that. Same way with the main line, the main track line here. 1 week I'll probably run a manifest of Chessie and CSX or whatever. I might run like a Burlington Northern 1 week with all oil cars. Whatever I feel like running for that week and everything. So, like I say, if you like this video and you like what I'm doing so far, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. And like I say, I will pause the video after I get up here. I'll pause the video, but I'll come back in and I'll take a walk around and just show you what I have so far so you can see where I am. And until next time, everyone, this is Maya from Toys and Trains, and we'll see you right here next time. Take care, everyone, and have a good one. All right, and here we are. So this, on this end, like I say, is going to be my industrial area on this end. And come around here, the track here you'll see is this one track here is going to curve and join up with the main line on the back. This is, like I say, where I'm also going to have 2 curved turnouts, so then I can run more sidings, siding ones for the yard and all that. But anyways, we'll come along here. This is the main line, and this will be my number 1 line. And then we come back up to here. This is now where it's going to split for Amtrak Metra and things like that. As you can see, it'll split, and on the outside line, that's my main line. That'll be where the freight trains are running. The secondary line right here, like I say, will probably be like a parking staging area for the Amtrak Metro that I'm not running. And as you can see, I have another switch here, which then picks up the 3rd line. And that 3rd line is going to run all the way around and down back to the inside of the table here. And it's going to join back up with the inside track. The outside track is going to run down the table, and it's going to turn, and it's going to come back in where the switch track is over there. As far as, like I say, that's why I'm not tacking anything down right now, because I've got to kind of figure out how to bring that inside one back out to the outside, or how I'm going to have to swing it out and around. Probably something like that. I'll probably have to use like a flex track or flex turn, something like that, in order to achieve what I want. On the end over here, like I say, I'm going to have like a bunch of trees in between and all that, and then homes on this end. But other than that, like I say, everyone, that's a look at where I am on my N scale setup. So until next time, like I say, thanks for watching my video. And again, if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And until next week, have a good one, everyone.